we got something great for you today, all my viewers to play later. Look, by now, I'll bet you're tired of other influencers out there who got their box sets early and have been breaking it down and showing you the contents. Well, I don't care. I'm a normal person. I had to go to my local gaming store, Docking Bay 93. If you're ever in Skagit Valley, Washington, go check him out. Great mom and pop store. The owner is friggin' amazing. And I got mine. That's right. For the first time ever, I have bought an Army box set on release day. I couldn't wait. I couldn't. But you know how we have to do things here on the channel. So let's get some adulting out of the way before we can play. First up is a word from our amazing unofficial sponsor.
So there I was, 23 years old, prime of my life. I woke up one morning, looked in the mirror, and my hair was thinning. It was all falling out. It wasn't until I discovered this one solution that changed everything. My first initial thought was, it's gotta be genetics, right? It's not my fault, this is genetic. Go and find out. I'm not the only one dealing with thinning hair and confidence issues. And it was nuts because we started to change everything in our routine.
We started looking at what we were putting in our bodies, what we were eating, how much water we were intaking, and then we started working out and taking care of ourselves, but still something was missing.
But also what we put on our body is drastically important to our skin and hair health. So we ditched all of those chemical filled products. We started using healthy, organic ingredients and took it upon myself to start creating these organic ingredient products to help people. I have a solution for you. Ditch all of those chemical filled products and grab something that's organic, natural, handmade, something that your family will thank you and your health will thank you. Make the switch today.
Great man, great company. Seriously, check below down in the description box for the link to his web store. You will not be disappointed. Please make sure you abuse the ever-loving F out of that viewer-exclusive discount code that Johnny's giving you. I make nothing off it. It's a gift for you guys. So, okay. Space Wolf's refresh is here. I'm going to say right off the bat, before we break all this wonderful stuff down, I'm excited and pissed off at the new release. They went through and essentially gutted my 2000 point force, which is fully painted. So now I have to go through and start reorganizing some things. Yeah, so there's the back of the box for those of you who want to see it. I'll be honest, I had to buy this simply because it was a good deal. It's going to be, if you can find one of these box sets, because they sold out quick. And I was very, very grateful my local gaming store got it. As a matter of fact, I told the owner, I was like, I would hug you right now, but that would just be really awkward. And he gave me this weird smile like, please don't. It'll save you about 30% what you're going to pay on the normal market for it. Price tag on this guy, with after tax and all that wonderful stuff in Washington State, was well over $200. I'm seeing it on Amazon as of June 9th, 2025 at $250 on Amazon. I'll leave that link down below, and Games Workshop sold out within seconds. Most of the secondary market was gone. They put them on sale at midnight, I believe it was, and poof, they went bye-bye. Okay, so there's a lot in here, all right? Oh my God. What do we have? 28 miniatures, I think it is? Yeah, 28 miniatures. You get the brand new Wolfguard Battle Leader. You get a Wolf Priest, which I think is cool. 10 Blood Claws. 3 of the new Wolfguard Head Takers with 3 Hunting Wolves. And 10 Grey Hunters. Okay, so being a longtime Space Wolf player, your Blood Claws come in packs of 15. They always have. Alright? Those are the guys who are freshly out of the training camps. These are the guys looking to earn their stripes. They're your close combat badasses. Well, now there's only 2 options, 10 or 20. Thanks. So I've got more Blood Claws that I have to go back and try to find Firstborn Space Wolves over in order to buff those packs out. One of the things I think I'm going to do with this, at least for the Blood Claws in this pack, is wait until the Combat Patrol comes out so I can fully flush out that pack. Just me. Took away my Sky Claws, my Blood Claws with jump wings, but still, not better, not better, not better, not better, not better. Alright, let's get into this bad boy. Sorry, I don't have a really big table at this point, so yeah. That's the weird outer lining, easily done over. I like that right there. And, you know, the different pack markings on the side I thought were cool. Plus, that right there. Okay. Sorry, I had to remember how I did things. Once you open it up, like you usually know, you can see all the wonderful sprues and all the wonderful little stuff. Ooh, I'm an idiot. I'll be right back. I totally forgot about one of the most sought-after items in this box set. I had it set off to the side, and I'm like, yeah, that's going to be rather dumb when I'm trying to talk about it. But okay, so, like I said, you can see like right down through there to the white, everything down below there. You know how they usually put in the box sets to give you like this little flimsy covering that really dings up your codex and everything else, and you're like, argh. They didn't do it this time. So down below are all the bases, okay? What they did, and I thought it was way cool, so that's what your codex comes in, and a bunch of other stuff. I thought that was seriously, seriously cool. One of the most sought after items, I think, inside this was the brand new Army transfer sheet. What I thought was cool, well, first of all, oh, come on, man. I know, I'm sounding like Joe Biden. Sorry. You got a bunch of different great companies in there. I wanted more of the black mains because that's what I've historically done, and those are getting harder and harder and harder to find. I'm hoping with the refresh of the Wolves line, they're going to start putting in more Space Wolf transfers, not the generic, here's your Marines and everybody else but the Space Wolves. But you get vehicle markings, you get pack markings, you get a whole bunch of cool stuff. I think there's 100 and something. There's over 100 transfers on here, so I think that's cool. Yeah. Sorry, I'm trying to keep myself under control. You get your instruction book, okay? Here's one of the things I'm going to stress to you like you wouldn't even believe. You have many options when you're putting your guys together. Sit down with your sprue, look it over, and figure out what do I actually want to arm him with, what heads do I want to do. With the Wolf Priest, do I want to have the grizzled Santa Claus look, or do I want to have the wolf skull hanging out behind the leather mask? There's a lot of interesting things in here. Yeah, the hunting wolves, there's just so much good stuff to go through here. Your codex. And I was shocked, because normally I go right to the back. Well, there's all your points values right now. You barely have any true Space Wolf units left. Some of the ones I was hoping some of the characters might get a refresh. I was kind of surprised. God. Where is it? That Rune Priest who was actually around when Logan Grimnar was basically found. That's the only way I can put it. God, why can't I remember his fucking name? Olork the Slayer. I was really hoping he would get a recast, but I don't think it's really in the cards. I mean, I'm happy Null Stormcaller did, because his Finecast miniature is absolutely horrendous. I'm happy Arjak Rockfist got a recast, and I can't wait for it, because it's like the Hammer of Thor when he's got his hand out. It's coming back. I can't wait for that. I'm very happy Bjorn is still there, one of the very last wolves ever to have walked the battlefield with the Emperor and Logan, oh, goddamn. I just had a total mind blank. Lehman Russ. Oh, it's a Monday. I'm under-caffeinated. There's other people I wish they would have done something a little different for, like Ragnar. Give him a resculpt. I will say, I'm happy Santa got off his sled, because that is just a phenomenal miniature right there. It really, really, truly is. There's some good options in here. I wonder why they took away the Long Fangs, which historically has been our Devastator squads. But I get it. It's a Devastator squad with a bit of wolf bits. You can make it work. You still got access to it, so you're still good. Some of the historical things for us, I'm like, why did you take it away? I'm surprised they left the wolf pack in there, the Fenrisian wolves. which I'm happy because I've got 10 painted up, which are sitting like right over there. I like the fact that with the head takers, you can take them with or without the wolves onto the battlefield. Oh yeah, you also get your index cards, which I think with the gold trim is very beautifully done. I like the backs of them. I think those get a bit of a refresh. The one thing I still can't get over this. I can't. So, Wolfen, all right? Forever and the longest day in the lore, those were the guys who the Canis Helix really didn't attach to, and they were mutants that basically got cast out of the Fang, to go wander Fenris until they died, or, did they take them out back of the Fang, put 2 in the back of their heads so they wouldn't mutate and corrupt anything else? Which is really funny because no space wolves have ever fallen to chaos, ever. Which is why I love that there are no wolves on Fenris, because with Fenris being that close to the Eye of Terror, they're going, well, the wolves have mutated into the Fenrisian wolves that they are, so they're not true wolves, and we can go down that rabbit hole later. I'm going to show sprues in a moment, okay? But the Wolfen now have a full unit of Thunderhammers and Storm Shields. Whereas before, you could just throw everyone into one big unit of 10 and go forth. They were like, 1 out of every 5 can have a Thunderhammer and Storm Shield, this can have this can have this. So now you have close combat weapons, or Thunderhammers and Storm Shields. And the one thing that I'm going to have to go back and probably buy more Wolfen that I really don't want to because they're a pain in my rear. Every Wolfen could have a grenade launcher. But now they've got a totem that grants them a reroll to hit, I believe it is. Sorry, I want to get this right. So now I'm like, great. Am I going to have to go back and pry grenade launchers off of guys? Because that totem alone makes me go, that's worth looking into. I am happy Murderfang is still here, so we can do his ping-pong bouncing around the battlefield. Okay, the Death Totem. Each time a bearer makes a melee attack, re-roll a hit roll, hit roll of 1. So if you roll a 1, you can re-roll it. But the auto, the Stormfang auto launcher, the grenade launcher, range of 12, attack 3. Pepper them with grenades before you charge in. Like I said, they're there to wreck things. So which way am I going to do this? Am I going to get the all up close and personal, or am I going to try to kill you and then I don't know. There's just a lot. There's so much that's been going through my head this weekend trying to reformulate how I'm going to do my Space Wolves, because I've been used to the Longfangs lay down firepower, the Grey Hunters provide leadership, and the Blood Claws get in and shit up. So let's look at some sprues. Oh, yeah, they're still doing it. Cool. I noticed this before recently. The little G-dub mark right there. The Warhammer. I think it's kind of cool. But there is some head takers. And they're hunting wolves, or whatever they're calling them. I'm happy that these aren't that much bigger than the usual Fenrisian wolves that they released. But I'm curious why they went from a round base to a big oval base with them. It's going to be like, okay. I'm also wondering what other bits I've got from Grey Tide Studios that I can work into this and make them just a little bit more unique. What do we got here? Probably Blood Claws. Sorry. But I do like right back there on the back, I don't know if you can see it too well, on some of the front leg pauldrons, whatever you want to call them, it's got like an A and a B. I like the more detail that they're doing into this stuff. It looks more wolfish to me, as opposed to an ultramarine with a different color, if that makes sense to you. Yeah, these are the guys I really want to look at. Sorry, Alright, there's the new Wolf Priest. And he's got, what? 1, 2... basically 3 different heads. So that could be interesting. I am really, really leaning towards the Santa head. Well, that one right there. Hopefully that's coming in. I'm really leaning towards that one. As much as I like the snarling dog head, that Santa head's really, really speaking to me. The new Wolfguard Battle Leader. Of course, with Tactical Ruck. Yeah, yeah, I've got a Custodes project I've got to finish before I can even start with these guys. So, yeah. Oh, definitely Blood Claws. So that means you guys gotta be my great hunters. Yep. Or maybe not. I don't know. Fuck it. Gotta look in the instruction book. What the hell? That's an even bigger tactical rock. So you gotta be for a sergeant or something. But there's the last spur. Okay, I know this is not kind of like typical unboxing kind of thing that you're probably used to with everyone going, oh my god, let me assemble the miniatures, can I do this in 24 hours? No, I am very excited to have this box. I really am. I haven't slept well all weekend because I want to get at painting it and want to get at assembling it and want to get this thing put together. But I have an idea for, I'm going to need more 3D bases. I'm going to need a bunch more stuff to get this thing fully where I want it to go. I want these new wolves to look a lot better on the battlefield than I'm usually doing. I'm not saying my wolves look like crap, okay? Yeah, you're never going to hear me say that. But still, I just... Ugh. I got to figure out the new style I'm going to do. I've got to figure out, is it really, really going to work for me? Because I have been a Space Wolf player since 2nd edition. They have been my first love. They have been, you know, the guys that brought me to the table, for lack of it, brought me to the dance. So, yeah, I want to do them right. I mean, I've got a huge hunk of force, and my pile of sheen just keeps growing larger and larger and larger. As a matter of fact, me and the better half yesterday, we got in a mini argument. She's like, your hobby is taking over this house. I'm like, get rid of a kid. I don't care. I can put stuff in their bed. And, of course, yeah, that didn't go over well. But still. All right, let's get you closed up. I mean, I know it's got a big price tag attached to it. Okay, I know. But it's, you get everything you need to go right out of the gate with a brand new army. Well, unless you've been a long-time Space Wolf player like myself. But you get a huge army in here. You get the codex. You get the datasheet cards. You get transfer sheets. You get amazing little artwork. You know, I know I'm not going to be saving this box, but I'm probably going to open that up, you know, cut it out and put it in a picture frame somewhere, just because I think it's cool. I like this redo. I don't like that they gutted my boys, but I like the redo. I'm starting to ramble. Sorry. I'm really scatterbrained because I'm like, I need to get this Custodes project done. I basically, like, in a past video, talked about converting a Gerfalcon. And I'm finally getting around to painting that test miniature. I'm really excited because I just got my Dawn Eagle jet bikes finished. They've been sitting there forever. You know, I've got this bad habit of, I get excited about something, start putting them together, get them primed, and go, okay, what's the next one? Anybody who's been a miniature gamer, you know my pain. You know it. You know it well. You know it's strong. You know it's there. But okay. Whew, we're at the best part of the video. Seriously, I'm sorry about my scatterbrains. I want to know your questions, comments, love, hatred, anger, all that fun stuff right down below. How do you feel about this brand new Space Wolf refresh? Do you think it's going to be a swing and a miss? Do you think it's going to be a home run for Space Wolf players? I mean, look, I get gutting Crom Dragon Gaze and like Lucas the Trickster. I hardly ever see them on a tabletop anywhere. Okay, I hardly ever do. I've got them because they were wolf, you know, wolf stuff. I don't like the fact we lost our flyers. You know, those big boxy coffins that show up and either let troops jump out of the back or give you a tremendous amount of firepower onto the battlefield. I'm excited we got to keep some dreadnoughts. I really am with Bjorn. He's one of those that I just don't think you should ever touch. because it just, everything about him is just phenomenal. Like when he, you know, the Months of Shame, when he was yelling at the Inquisition to grow up and act like humans or adults, whatever, that was just phenomenal. But still, like I said, how do you feel about this refresh? I'm excited and I'm pissed at the same time. Just simply because I'm thinking all the money that I've spent, that now I can no longer use them in a tournament. Not like I play in a lot of tournaments, and I can still go down to my local gaming store and use them because they're now legend status. So I wonder what I really lost, if that makes sense, you know? Anywho, alright, best way to support this channel is threefold. Please subscribe if you haven't. It's really going to help trickle that algorithm and tell people, hey, we like what he's doing over there. Come join the family. We're a bit weird, we're a bit out there, and we look at everything under the sun, and you get a weird point of view from somebody who started in 2nd edition and took a break and is coming back in, and all this wonderful stuff coming back. 2nd, 3rd are the easiest ones, and they're free. Hit that big thumbs up and drop me a silly comment for the algorithm. Those things will really tell YouTube, hey, pay attention to this channel. But there we go, guys. My quick, weird unboxing, look, rant, whatever you want to call it, at the Space Wolves Army Box. I want to thank you guys for watching this one. Hopefully you're having a great day today. Hopefully you're having a safe day today. And Emperor willing, one day, really soon, we'll be rolling dice across that tabletop.